Hey guys, it's me again, Yongik. So today I'm going to share with you guys 5 stocks that are having earnings this week and what the analysts are thinking with regards to whatever the stock price movement or what they're doing in the market, etc. Alright, so without further ado, let's head on to it. So the first thing we have here is this earnings chart whereby Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we can see which companies are having their earnings. So for example, Monday we can see there's Red Hat. Tuesday we see there's Kronos, which is a cannabis stock. Let's see what else. We also see KB Homes, which is actually a home builder company. Wednesday we see Paycheck, Lennar. Let's see what else. Five Below, Lululemon. On Thursday we see Essential, we see Restoration Hardware, we see yep, this is basically about these companies. And then on Friday we have BlackBerry and CarMax. Alright, so all these companies are actually good companies that we'll be looking to, but then for today, because we are short of time, so that's why we're going to look at just 5 of these companies. Alright, now let's move on. So the first company we're looking at is Lululemon. So Lululemon actually is confirmed to have earnings reported approximately 4:05 minutes after market close on Wednesday night. Alright, so the consensus earnings estimate is $1.74 per share in the revenue of $1.15 billion. The investor sentiment going into the company's earnings release is actually 83%. They are expecting an earnings beat. Now the company's guidance for the earnings was actually $1.64 to $1.67 per share, versus this is the analyst expectation of $1.74. So we're actually seeing the analysts are over expecting for this company, and they also expect 83% chance of beating earnings. Alright, the analysts also expect the year-over-year earnings growth of 30.83%, with a revenue increasing 23.82%. Stock has drifted higher by 8.5% since the last earnings, and it's actually 4.5% above its 200 days moving average, which is quite bullish lah. Okay, so on Friday, on 22nd March 2019, there's a notable buying of 1,159 contracts of the $143 call expiring on Friday. When you buy call, means you're expecting a bullish movement. So this trader bought 1,000, okay, not 100, but 1,159 contracts on being bullish. Alright, so overall, option traders are pricing at 11.2% movements on its earnings to actually go either upwards or downwards, and the stock has actually averaged a 10.9% movement in the recent quarter. Alright, so let's take a look at the chart. So this is Lululemon. We have seen that it's currently trading at support point. Probably that's why the trader is actually very, very bullish. We see a resistance of this $151. That's approximately 7 to 8% upward swing. So the trader is actually looking with what the analysts expect, 11.2% plus the trader is actually, he's expecting stock price to go above $155. Alright, so this is for Lululemon. Now next we have BlackBerry Limited. BlackBerry is confirmed to have report earnings on Friday before market open. The consensus estimate is 6 cents per share on a revenue of $227 and $14 million. Right? So investor sentiment going to the company is that they expect there's a 72% chance of earnings beat. The consensus estimate for a year-over-year earnings growth of 0% means they didn't expect an earnings growth, and for EPS, and then they expect the revenue to be declining by 252%. Okay, sorry, by 2.52%. So they expect maybe like $200 million in revenue around there. Now, stock has drifted higher by 20.4% since the last earnings, and it's actually 7.6% below its 200 days moving average, suggesting it's in the bearish market currently. Now, on Thursday, 14 March, there's a notable buying of 3,518 contracts of a $10 call. Buying call means suggesting bullish outcome, expiring on Friday, May 17, 2019. Now, option traders are pricing a 9.4% movement on the stock to either go upwards or downwards, versus an average of 7.3% move in the recent quarter. Now, this is the chart of BlackBerry. We can see that recently it actually broke below its its trend line over here. So we also see a resistance line over here at this $9.55 around there. So this is quite bad for BlackBerry because it broke the support trend and then it's actually resisted. It rebounded from the resistance line. So it's actually quite bad, but then one option trader is suggesting otherwise by buying 3,000 over bullish calls. Alright. The next company we have is Five Below. Five Below is confirmed to have earnings reported approximately 4 p.m. It's after market close on Wednesday, 27 March 2019. The consensus earning estimate is $1.57 per share on a revenue of around $600 million. Alright. The investor sentiment going to the earnings, they are expecting an 81% chance of beating earnings, whereas the company guidance for the earnings was actually $1.53 to $1.57, which is in line to the analyst expectation, with a revenue of $593 million to $600 million, which is also in line with the analyst expectation. Alright. The consensus estimate for year-over-year earnings growth of 33.5% with revenue increasing 19.19%. Stock has drifted higher by 11% from its opening since last earnings, and it's actually 4.4% higher than its 200 days moving average of $112.07. So this is their 200 days moving average. Alright. Now, on Tuesday, 26 February 2019, there's a notable buying of 1,023 contracts on the $90 put expiring on Thursday. When you buy put means you are bearish on the market. So this trader actually is quite bearish by buying 1,000 over puts on the market for Five Below. Now, option traders are pricing a 9.6% movements on the earnings, whether they go upwards or downwards by 9.6% versus an average of 7.7% in the recent quarters. Now, we take a look at the chart. You can see down here that the option trader probably bought his puts over here, so he actually shorted the market over here, which is a resistance line, which he did was I think what he did was really good. He's obviously a pro because since then the stock has actually came all the way down. Alright, so he's actually profiting already. Now he's still this analyst take does not show whether it's going to be have he closed his position or has he take profit or anything, but so far we can tell that he's bearish on the market. And we can also see that the support line currently we have right here is actually $103. So right now, if you're actually looking to enter into Five Below, you should probably enter around here, and you should probably enter after earnings. Alright. Now next we have Paycheck. Paycheck is actually a HR company that actually does all the paychecks, like literally the paychecks for the company. So it's confirmed to report earnings approximately before market open 8:30 Wednesday 27 March 2019. The consensus estimate is 89 cents per share on a revenue of $1.03. Sorry, I think there's probably a typo here, so it's $1.03 billion. So investor sentiment going to the market earnings, they expect a 55% chance of beating earnings. Consensus estimate for a year-over-year earnings growth of 41.27% with revenue increasing by 18.87%. Now the stock has drifted higher by 21.1% since its last earning and is currently 10.5% above its 200 days moving average. This is very bullish. Technical looks good. It has performed relatively well against its previous earnings because it's actually higher, and you're expecting beat of EPS growth of 41.27%, 18.87% on revenue growth. Now on Tuesday, 12 March 2019, there's a notable buying of 3,581 contracts on the $60.50 put expiring on Friday, September 20th. So this is a very far out put. Alright, this guy is shorting Paycheck for a very far out in time. Now option traders are pricing a 3.7% move on earnings, and the stock has averaged a 1.7% move in recent quarters, meaning to say that they expect the stock to either jump upwards or downwards by 3.7% after reporting earnings, whereas it has only jumped by 1.7% either upwards or downwards since its past few quarters now. Let's take a look at the charts. So when you look at the charts, currently we see that Paycheck is all the way very, very high up, and this option trader is currently losing money. He probably bought it around here because down here short. He probably bought his puts around here, so right now he's actually losing money. So with this, we also can see that the current resistance line should be around $80, whereas the support line is currently around $75 for Paycheck. If it actually breaks lower, it might go all the way down. And next major support line I see probably it's around this $60 to $64 like range. Alright. Now next we also have Kronos Group, a cannabis company that is actually like something like Tilray, something like what's the other company? I can't remember what's the other company, but it's something similar. It's a company similar to Tilray, whereby they're actually dealing with cannabis. Now it's confirmed to have earnings reporting approximately 7 a.m., which is before market open on Tuesday, 26 March 2019. Now, consensus estimate is a loss of 1 cent per share and a revenue of $6.7 million. The investors' sentiment going to the company is that they expect a 49% chance of beating earnings. Consensus estimates for earnings is to decline year over year by 200%, with revenue increasing by 428%, because this is ultimately a cannabis stock, it's a marijuana stock, so it's okay if earnings they're losing on earnings, the EPS, because they're trying to expand the company rapidly, but then they expect demand to be high. Remember what I said in the mastermind class, revenue equals demand, so they expect high demand actually increasing by 400%. Now the stock has drifted higher by 148% since its past earnings, and is actually 66.6% above its 200 days moving average. Now this is very, very bullish for this company, considering that they are actually having a loss per share. Now on earning on 7 March 2019, there's a notable buying of 4,621 contracts on the $22 puts expiring Thursday, April 18, 2019, which is next month. Now option traders are actually pricing in at 11.3% earnings move, that's with an average of 2.7% in recent quarter. Then we take a look at the chart, we can see that the option trader probably 7 March probably actually entered around here, so his puts are actually well paid all the way now. He's actually making a lot of money already. Currently Kronos is actually at a support line, so I'm not too sure whether if this trader will actually take profit, considering that he has still 1 month of this contract out. Okay, so this is the quick summary of Kronos. Probably if you're actually looking to enter the cannabis space, this is a good support line. If not, if it actually drops down, you can actually potentially try to get it at $14. This is also another good support line. Okay, so I guess I have come to the end of today's this week's notable market movement. 5 stocks that we are comparing against Analyst and look at the chart and see what they say. Alright, so thank you very much for tuning in. Once again, this is Yongik, and I'll see you in the next recording. Bye bye.